Yo, it's ODB from OLP. This is a video I want to do to highlight some news that came out this week, which is the very beginning of April 2025. And I'm starting to kind of get set up with this, with how I intended for things to be for some time now. You can see behind me, we're in the what I refer to as ODB studio. More on that in the very near future. But so as we go ahead and jump right in here, again, I want to thank everyone that continues to come back and rock with us. Leave a comment if you could do a thumbs up on the video and leave an emoji thumbs up. That helps with the engagement. Just today, which is April 2nd, uh, I will try to do more of these shorter videos, but on April 2nd, 2025, Goodguys had posted technically the day prior, so I think I saw it this morning, but they said it's April and the May 2025 issue of Goodguys magazine is now available. No, that's not an April Fool's jokes. For anybody that was caught on April 1st with some of the gags that people post out there, vehicles for sale, things like that, I have learned my lesson over the course of time to be to the point of not believing pretty much anything that comes out on April 1st. But in this case, this was not a gag. And I wanted to give a huge shout out to Twin States. We teamed up with Twin States last year at Southeast Mini Nats. If you came by our booth, they utilized their rig. They brought out Eli's Cab Plus Mazda. And it was an epic time. Love talking with Justin and Eli and the team. And what was super cool is we talked about something that we knew was coming, but it had not been announced yet. We knew Gooch was involved. And what you can see here is this issue for those that are Goodguys members. I forget if you could buy it elsewhere for $10. It does have a $10 price point on it, but this issue is going to be available. And this is the Indy Killer truck. Now, a couple of things, right? I'm not going to give the whole history of this. We're going to be highlighting Twin States very soon. But last year, if you Google Indy Killer OBS or Twin States OBS, you're going to land on Fuel Curve, which I believe is kind of a direct spin-off, kind of under the umbrella, if you will, of Goodguys, right? So John Jackson, Not Stock Photography, really took some very, very, very epic shots of this truly amazing truck. I mean, you can see from the LS engine, the brake calipers, the slosh tubs. This truck has a lot going for it. And it's no surprise that this was the Goodguys 2024 Dakota Digital Truck of the Year late. So I think it was like a category that they had that basically was like a late entry. It didn't come out at the beginning of the year. And this was super cool. So again, I want to tip my cap over to them and everybody involved in this project. Now, Goodguys Rod and Customs on Instagram, again, posted about this upcoming issue. So I wanted to kind of tip my cap to them. Now, for those that didn't know, the Mazda that Craig Rowley owns now that he refers to as Take Two, you may recall the name Ty Zito, especially for those that have been around. You know Ty's name. Ty owned that amazing Mazda. Courtney shot it in the late 90s. It ran in street trucks with radars, kind of a dual feature. They had, well, a dual cover, if you will. It really could have easily been that cover, but they did like a mini truck cover inside that issue of Street Trucks in late 99. And it was probably a little bit of a dig at mini trucking. But what was neat, although it was a dual cover, so to speak, Ty's Mazda, as well as Radar's Isuzu Space Cab, they were featured individually. So I'm only bringing that up because Ty Zito is no stranger to building super cool stuff. And this is the OBS that Twin States essentially built. Again, there's a lot of different names involved, such as Gooch. And again, I'm not here to kind of go over the entire history of this build. We will be talking more about it, but you can see at the bottom there, Moore and Giles gray leather interior by MTI. So again, a lot of top-notch names, a lot of top-notch products. The reason why I bring this up is this truck, you can register to purchase it. Now, I'm not necessarily doing this video to kind of promote the truck sale, so to speak, but it's a part of the history of this truck. And again, I wanted to kind of throw this out there. Not only is it going to grace the new issue of Goodguys America's Favorite Car Shows issue, it's also going to be going to Mecum, and it is a no reserve. Now, those that know the two big auction names, there's another big one, but most of us now, because of television, know Mecum, Barrett Jackson. We know Barrett Jackson, I believe, is always a no reserve no matter what. Mecum, you can set a reserve, but in this case, very confident with this quote indie color truck and some of the accolades that it has picked up. So again, huge shout out to Ty Zito and Twin States and everyone there. But if you Google Indie Killer, Twin States, Chevy OBS, you're going to land on this page potentially, and there's a few others out there. But with that being said, I mean, that's just a quick update. You know, these are the type of things I want to roll out these quicker videos here on the channel to kind of say, wow, you know, maybe if you weren't following Goodguys, or hey, you're an OBS fan, maybe you should follow Goodguys. You know, we heard a couple of years ago when Ronnie talked to the Goodguys team and how we're getting to the point, if you think about 25 years ago now was 2000, which is insane. Our friends at Lone Star's Rowdown, they started Classic Truck Nationals. Of course, that's late June 2025. And what we're seeing is a resurgence of, I mean, I don't even want to say resurgence of trucks. We're just continuing to see the love of trucks. But what we're seeing, I think a better way to say it is, now that we are kind of in our midlives, right, in our 40s and 50s, and some of you guys maybe even a little older or younger, the nostalgia is there. The OBS trucks are as hot, arguably, as they've ever been. Some of my favorite years were like 95 to 2005. I think some of the baddest OBS trucks have already been built. That's my opinion. And those were well documented in Truckin and Straight Trucks and so on. But with that being said, I just wanted to kind of tip my cap to Twin States, Justin, Eli, their entire team, everybody that played a role in this amazing truck. I love seeing the success, especially from someone like Ty Zito that kind of came up arguably as a mini trucker. And we've seen a lot of those mini truckers in our scene, like the Mike Finnegans, the Ryan Frigling houses, and so many more that have went on to bigger and better things. So congratulations to all of those guys and some of the ladies out there holding down the fort. Stay on the rise, and don't forget to catch us at Southeast Mini Truckin' Nationals, aka Mini Nats, the last weekend this month in April 2025. ODB, we out ya. Peace. The tip of the cap, Twin States.